People who chose to deform their bodies in extreme ways. The villain deformity. Sometimes a movie and its characters are so good that we go and see it a few times, or even buy it on Blu-ray. That is not enough for Henry Damon of Venezuela. Damon may have really liked the movie Captain America: First Avenger, and especially the character Red Skull, because he's been in the process of deforming his face to look just like the villain. In addition to having his skin tattooed red, Damon has had subdermal implants added and a portion of his nose removed. He's even had his eyeballs tattooed black. Not done there, the wannabe villain is planning to have more tattoo work and silicone implants in his face. Corset piercing. Corsets are an undergarment meant to shrink the waist, but what if you want to forego the garment? A new form of body modification called corset piercing does this. Those who undergo this body modification first get a number of hoop piercings on their body. String or ribbon is then put through the loops and tied, creating a corset which uses your own skin. The threat of stretch marks, scars, and infection are common, but don't scare away those who are determined to deform their bodies with this new trendy method. The Jessica Rabbit transformation. One Australian, in an effort to look more like a cartoon pinup model, has turned to corseting and breast augmentation in an extreme manner. Penny Brown's journey to look like Who Framed Roger Rabbit's character Jessica Rabbit has seen her increase her breast size to an O cup and shrink her waist to just about 23 inches. This extreme body deformation isn't done yet, as Brown looks to shrink and expand various areas even more over the coming years. Giraffe neck. Sometimes extreme body deformation isn't the result of a fad or eccentric personality. Sometimes it has a cultural background. The women of the Karen, an ethnic group found in Myanmar and Thailand, are best known for wearing rings on their necks, which gives them the appearance that they are stretching. Some women can have dozens of rings on their necks, which makes them look like a giraffe more than a human. In fact, this practice doesn't actually elongate the neck, but deforms and squishes and deforms the bones in the shoulders and ribcage to give the appearance that the wearer's neck actually is elongated. Too many openings. Most people have seen someone with stretched earlobes or wearing a flesh tunnel. Once a tribal practice, this trend has become mainstream across the globe. Then there's Joe Migler. This fan of extreme body art is full of piercings, but one certain modification is sure to catch your eye. Joe has inserted flesh tunnels in his cheeks. This means the sides of his mouth are wide open, exposing his teeth and allowing people to look right through into his mouth. Most people would wonder why on earth someone would deform their face in this manner, but we're just really wondering how you eat or drink with all those holes in your face. The Lizard Man. Tattooed in green scales all over his body, Eric Sprague definitely lives up to the nickname of the Lizard Man. This sideshow performer must have felt a strong link to the lizard world, given the extensive ways in which he has deformed his body. As if the fake scales weren't enough, Sprague completely deformed his body by having implants put in above his eyes and having his tongue split. The lizard-like tongue and sharpened teeth create quite an image for anyone unfamiliar with Sprague. Bagel head. Originating at a body modification convention in Toronto in 1999, the practice of injecting saline into your forehead is more commonly known as bagel head. Often sensationalized as a Japanese trend, the act of deforming your forehead with this procedure is practiced around the world, often at underground parties. Having injected saline into your head, a quick press on the thumb creates the divot in the middle, which leads to the distinctive shape. In terms of deformation, bagel head is only temporary, and the body generally absorbs the solution within a 24-hour period. The Vampire Lady. Over the past several years, there's been a big vampire craze going around. While people are content to let their inner vampire out by dressing up or maybe getting some fangs, Maria Jose Cristerna has gone all out. In addition to getting extensive tattoos and piercings, Maria has modified her body with titanium horn implants in her head and dental implants to give her some pretty extreme fangs. If that's not enough, she also has metal hooks in her back from which she can be suspended. The modifications are extensive and have likely deformed her to the point that she can never turn back from being a vampire. Elf modifications. A lot of people like elves, but one Canadian girl has taken that to a whole different level. Melinda Moon believed that she was a fairy in her past life and decided to modify her body to fit that. Moon underwent an operation to have her ears altered so they looked more elven. The cartilage in each ear was cut and reshaped to give the distinctive pointy appearance. Not done there, she then had the Triforce symbol from the Zelda game franchise inserted under the skin of her hand to complete the elven transformation. We hope maybe this video inspired you to go out and deform yourselves a little bit. If not, here's some other videos that we think you might like that maybe you should click on. And hey, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Thanks!